lastly, he was asked about J.J. Watt in terms of, have they reached out, think it could fit, things like that. Once again, very vague, right? He gave the response, I believe it was, I don't like to talk about, guys who aren't under contract with us because if anything is just speculation. He just left it at that. But it's crazy now because we talked about, a week ago, all right, he get released. Cool. Definitely going to get ready to come to Pittsburgh, join the crew. But now have you been seeing some of the reports?
Browns.
Cleveland. He's strong.
Now the Bills.
Said strongly considering Cleveland. The Bills he's considering. He's talked to Vrabel and the Titans. And
Titans now. Packers.
No, so Packers as well. So it's those 4. And then obviously us, we make 5. But yeah, because Green Bay, obviously that's the hometown. Titans because Vrabel was his DC when he was in Houston. Wow. And then obviously the Bills because, number one, it would give him the best opportunity in terms of playing and being impactful, right? If he comes to Pittsburgh, he's another guy on what we already have in
Still
place.
Impactful.
Right. But no, we're not going to ask him.
He would be the guy.
Right. He's not going to start over Cam right now. He's not going to start over Tua right now, right? He's not going to start over Alex Highsmith right now. He's not going to start over TJ right now, right? You could make a case for Highsmith, but the reason why I don't think because the 3-4 element, you got to drop in coverage and he's not doing that.
He'll be on like a 67% snap rotation.
Whereas in Buffalo, he's going to play like he's in Houston. He's going to be the feature, like defensive player of the year, Houston, where, all right, you got Jerry on the other side as your bookend, but you got to do all the work where you're going to work over here. So that could be appealing if he wants to prove that he can still play to that level. Obviously, you talk about, what do we say? Green Bay, that's the hometown. We talked about them. Obviously, here in Pittsburgh, you got your brothers. Cleveland, why is Cleveland interesting? Number one, Cleveland could pay him, but number two, you'll be playing opposite of Myles Garrett.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the rivalry now.
No, so check me out. I got you, though. So you're playing opposite side of Myles Garrett. So number one, that frees you up a ton because we all said Myles is up there with TJ in terms of just being dominant as an edge rusher. He can do that. Mm-hmm. Now, JJ, yeah, it's a lot better situation for you. But then on top of that, we said, well, man, your brothers, playing for the other team. All right, maybe it's a sibling rivalry. They're close. But maybe he wants to show that, what, I can go beat y'all and win me one over here. He also could be like, I'm not a fan of Big Ben. I ain't messing with you, but he could say that. I didn't come here because of 7. I was like, oh, Deke, what did he do? But more importantly, how far is Cleveland to Pittsburgh?
2 hours.
So essentially, Mama Watt, Daddy Watt can live right in Youngstown, Ohio, right on the border somewhere, Steubenville. Or if you want to stay, on the Pittsburgh, on the PA, so you can stay on the PA, boy, that's cool. But you can get either way, back and forth. Mama and Daddy could be at all the games. And then, for 2 of the games since the division, you get to watch all your boys share the field at the same time. He don't care about the weather. No. I mean, we know what the weather's like, but he's from Wisconsin. He ain't tripping on that. It's probably an upgrade weather-wise. So you can see how it could work, man. But I don't want it to, though.
Are you less certain then?
I was 97%.
I know, yeah. You were really confident.
Now I'm about 91% right now. Because it's starting to feel more like he's looking to get a little bit more of a payday in this scenario versus our scenario was going to be more so, hey, play for the love. Play for your brothers.
You're still at 91, though.
I am. The same way you still at 91 with 7, right?
Sure.
All right, then. So as confident as you are that you want 7 to be here, that's how I feel about JJ. It's happening. Somehow, somewhere.
Damn, what happened, man? I thought TJ was making a nice push on social media.
Yeah, man. I thought he was shoveling his driveway one day.
It seemed very light, like this is just going to happen.
Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? This is crazy. Now I'm seeing this, and when it says strongly consider, I said, oh, strongly? Not just considering. That is mutual interest, because mutual interest is like, oh, okay, y'all want me. All right, I'll look at y'all. What's the numbers? Strongly considering is, I got 15 for you. Whoa. How you doing?
Yeah, we were talking 10.
Right. We done with the whoa. Well, you have to think. What was Cleveland about to offer Jadeveon Clowney a year ago? Remember that?
I don't remember. What did he get with the Titans?
He took less to go to the Titans, but they offered him 15 and he turned it down.
Really?
Yeah. And we both know.
Because he thought he was going to get more.
Yeah, he thought he would get more. And then obviously that's why he waited. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, didn't happen.
But we could all agree that I would much rather have JJ than Jadeveon Clowney. So if they was going to give him 15, it's like, hey, they might be willing to spend a little bit more. Sometimes your pocket's a little bit deeper. Right now, we're the broke friend in the club. We over here like, yo, We're gonna have a good time, but we not hitting our roof, Chris. We gonna hit up this Burger King, all right? You know, where it's Cleveland, they're like, look, man,
sometimes
we're gonna
those
take
nights
the PJ.
are better though, right?
He's like, yeah, we're gonna take the PJ. I'm gonna have you in Vegas. All right, then after Vegas, we gonna hit Miami. Like, it's different levels to it. Like, you can wine and diner, but they could like knock him off his feet. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't capable of that right now. So now we over here like, but this your childhood sweetheart. This your partner, right? This your brother. This both of them. Little one and little one. Come on, baby.
Sometimes the low-key vibes are better though, right?
I mean, does he want the low-key?
That is the question.
That's the question.
That's what we always come to with this.
Does he want the low-key? Does he want the love? Does he want the brotherhood? Or does he want to go over and play villain? Play super villain, join up the bad boy Cleveland Browns who just upset Big Brother in the division.
I do think we'll be pretty pissed.
We would. Oh,
for some reason he owes us something. I don't know why.
He could go to Tennessee. He could definitely go to Buffalo. You know, I would love him in Buffalo. I ain't tripping on that. I try not to speak of Buffalo too much with JJ because I get a little excited because I'm like, that's the piece. That's the piece. You need the edge.
Oh, you think he is then?
But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because, like I said, we want him here in Pittsburgh first. All right. If we didn't want him in Pittsburgh, I'd be preaching about him going to Buffalo. But we want him in Pittsburgh, so we staying here right now. All right. Yeah. Even though he is,
you're towing the line.
Yeah, because it's like this. We would make it work here in Pittsburgh, right? We broke down the film on it. We showed how it could work and why it would work. You don't have to do all that in Buffalo. Buffalo is, man, look, the same thing you had down there is exactly what you got right here, but you got younger talent and a stable organization now. That's the difference. You know what I mean? So it's like, it makes perfect sense for all of them. But I don't want that right now. We don't want that right now. We're staying on this side.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he goes to Tennessee, I don't have an issue. If he goes to Green Bay, I wouldn't have an issue. Buffalo wouldn't have an issue. We can't go to Cleveland. and to know that if it were between us and Cleveland, which it is, like we're in that conversation, to know that we got beat out by Cleveland, it would be like getting beat twice. Because obviously they knocked us out the playoffs and then they would take JJ. Then I would start panicking like, well, what if TJ says that he doesn't want to negotiate now? Maybe he wants to go join Big Brother in Cleveland. He's just going to play for the 5th-year option and bounce. 5th-year option tag, and then him, Derek, and JJ is going to join forces wherever they go. Man. 2 years from now. You see how bad it can get?
You got this creative mind, dude, on this podcast. It's crazy, some of these scenarios. Crazy, but
it could happen. You see how one thing and it don't take much.
I don't know if
it don't take much.
That's
baby.
directly correlated to
it doesn't
TJ
take much,
leaving
man.
and going to the Browns.
It doesn't take much, man. Or maybe all three of them go back to Green Bay together. What? I'm just saying. Join forces in Chicago or something. You know, Midway Monsters.
Oh man,
they got options.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't though. Hopefully JJ says, "Listen, I'm gonna show that I love my brothers more than I love money and going against my brothers."
What's wrong with just 1 year? Because this is like a perfect window for it.
Yes, you take.
Because will Derek Watt be on the team next year? I don't know.
Probably not. That'll be the 3rd year of that deal. Typically, you know, you get the first 2, and after that, you know,
yeah. So this is the perfect window.
Yeah, and also I think for JJ, it's like, if you're gonna take less, why not do it for the, like you said, the 1 year, but more so for the premise of solely just playing for my brothers. After that, do what I want. You're gonna get paid anyways, and I think it benefits him because he's gonna have a productive season if he were to play here because of the talent that's around him. Way less of a burden on him. He can excel in that role, get good numbers, and go get paid somewhere else again next year.
Yep. Makes sense.
Perfect
it definitely makes
right?
sense. Does he want the multi-year deal though?
Come on, don't do that, man.
Huh?
Don't do that. We ain't got multi-year deal money. We already talked about.
No, I know. It's
a certain someone who you see your hand in your pocket. You need to take that hand out and give that money. You know, at least 22 of it to somebody else in the room. You know, because right now that's keeping us from being able to spend a little bit right now. Okay, so just think about every time we thinking about JJ, every time we think about Bud Dupree hitting the market potentially, every time we think about all these other talented people that we're gonna need to replace and need to get and add. Just think about the hand in that pocket.
What do you think Bud's gonna get?
Bud's the iffy one right now. Still think he'll get double digits somewhere.
He should get more than JJ. If you're saying 15 for JJ, I think he should get more than that.
ACL injury.